What's up guys, this is Coach Donny from Elevate Yourself, where we change lives through volleyball, training, and inspirational content. Welcome to my volleyball coach reaction to Haikyuu OVA episode number 2. I'll also be talking about my top 5 favorite moments from season 2, so make sure you stay tuned for that. If you're new to this channel, I'm a volleyball coach, volleyball player, and personal trainer who provides volleyball tutorials, jump training workouts, and other cool volleyball videos. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more content. Before I go into this video, I want to personally address some of the rude fans. A few people made some very disrespectful and downright selfish comments in one of my videos recently. I've been posting a lot of my volleyball commentary videos on the Tokyo 2020 Indoor Volleyball Games. The Olympics only happens once every 4 years. So I'm not going to miss out on this opportunity to watch as many volleyball games as I can. Plus, I mentioned that my long-term goal is to one day become a professional volleyball commentator. The first rude comment reads, "Not cool to ignore Haikyuu videos, coach. We only want one video per week, and even that's not regular anymore." First of all, this is not a Haikyuu channel. This is a volleyball and jump training channel that's been around since 2011, and I just started doing Haikyuu reaction videos for fun in the last year and a half or so. You know what's really not cool? Thinking that you're entitled to demand something from me, something that takes me 6 to 8 hours to make and provide it to you for free, and I don't even know you. My first Haikyuu reaction video was made last September 2020, and I've done over 50 reaction videos so far in the last 11 to 12 months. I've missed a few weeks here and there, but I would say that's a pretty good record of generally posting 1 to 2 Haikyuu reaction videos per week. My other favorite rude comment reads, "You are right, bro. Like people would seriously watch an hour-long volleyball match." Now, capitalize long volleyball match, so it must be really long for this person. "Twice just for a different commentary. He should just be considerate to us as much we were when he said he can't double per week." There's actually thousands of people who want to watch the Olympic matches twice with my commentary. Apparently 58,000 people on one of those games. Here's the ironic part. What are you doing watching a Haikyuu reaction video? Like people would seriously watch an entire season of Haikyuu multiple times and then watch a reaction video just for different commentary. You've probably watched Haikyuu several times by yourself and then several other people's reaction videos on top of that. And then to say, just be considerate as we were to you when you were posting twice a week and now only once a week. The entitlement is mind-blowing. I usually ignore rude comments because that's just the nature of being a social media influencer, but there comes a point where I have to say something to stand up for all influencers who are viewed as servant objects, like our sole purpose is to purely serve the fans. We are human just like you guys. So, to all the rude fans out there, please leave my channel. I don't need your viewership and support. And to all you amazing fans out there who are actually respectful, engaging, and provide constructive feedback, thank you again for being such great people. Also, thank you to all the fans who actually spoke out against those comments on my behalf and stood up for what's right. We really need to do better as a society, and that starts with looking in the mirror and caring for your fellow man. You might be wondering why I purposely blurred the usernames from those rude comments. That's because I don't want people to harass them, send death threats, dox them, and so on. The internet can be pretty vicious out there. So I'm trying to do the right thing as a responsible influencer to prove my point and hope that people learn from this. I want to reiterate that an overwhelming majority of you actually leave awesome comments and are very enjoyable to interact with. Alright, now that I've gotten that out of my system, let's get this Haikyuu party started. I believe we're starting this OVA episode 2 right when Seijo just lost to Karasuno and is leaving the gym now. I love those footstep sounds. This is a hardcore fan. Who's this guy? Poor guy. Hardcore Seijo fan. Bet you Dachi has a backstory himself. Chinese ramen and gyoza. I love how so much of food evolves around volleyball. This is one of the best ways to cope with a loss. Just eat a big meal. Poor guys. Everyone's still crying. This is a really interesting contrast between when Karasuno lost and their post-game meal. A lot more reflective and quiet sadness. And these guys are just loud and eating more and still frustrated. Yeah, walking forward with shoulders slumped. Oh, they look pretty upset to me. Yeah, so true. When you're around your friends, you actually feel not as bad because you're sulking together. But the moment you go home and you really have to face the emotions and the memories on your own, and you just keep replaying all the mistakes you made, all the moments where you felt you could have won, and then you replay the scene where the other team is celebrating, that's torture. I remember when we lost against UC Berkeley, I couldn't sleep for 3 or 4 days just because I kept replaying that last point over and over and over again. It's pretty traumatic, but highly motivating to be better. This OVA animation is very high quality too. I mean, this is something that extremely competitive people go through, and people who aren't extremely competitive can't understand. Yeah, that's true. Both teams were working their butts off. Wow, for K-pop to admit that Karasuno is slightly above them, that's big. Oh, that's a good teammate. Even after the loss, you're still praising your teammates for their good performance. Oh man. Competing for who can take more responsibility for the loss. True teammates. Oh yeah. Oh, he's already working on his serve. I love it. Did they just replay the animation? Let's see. Did they cheat and just reuse old animation? Okay, it looks like they did redraw it a little bit because the shirt's different. His facial expression looks a little different. But, oh, that would have been a... I wouldn't blame them if they wanted to reuse that animation, because that was some high quality stuff. Stop spiking for real. Playing on a full stomach of ramen. I love it. I love that true competitors just want to start doing something about it right away. No tips. Yeah, you don't want to dive on a full stomach of ramen. Oh no. Is K-pop gonna say he's done? You know, I can't help but feel bad for K-pop. He put in so much work just to be beat by the same people. Ooh. That one hits me a little bit to see the team break down like that. quietness of the night, walking back home. These are very, very detailed animations here. Look at the wrinkles and the lines, the shadow lines, the bounciness of the hair. Yep. Great competitors don't just accomplish goals. A lot of people, they really just set a goal, and once they accomplish that goal, they become satisfied and then just move on. But a great competitor like Oikawa and Iwazumi, for them, that's just their nature to be the best they can be at anything they do. So whether it's volleyball, business, another hobby, it's a nature of a competitive spirit that drives them to never be satisfied. And it's kind of ironic because you think you'll be satisfied once you achieve a certain goal, but then once you get there, you're already looking at the next goal. So it's the insatiable appetite to, actually, I should say insatiable. It's more of the never being satisfied is what drives you to be great, not necessarily achieving a very high satisfaction, if that makes sense. Ooh, these are good words from a teammate. End up on different teams. Are they talking about playing in college? I hope so. That would be great material for future Haikyuu episodes. I love it. Already moving on to the next competitive goal. And are we going to end on a fist pump here? That is special when you play with somebody for so many years. There's a brotherhood for sure. Wow, such a cool way to end the episode. I love how they timed the music in for that. And I think there's some more animation, so I'm not going to pause it, even though it's the ending music. Oh, that's me right there, rewatching footage over and over again, studying. He must not be a third year. He's already working on getting better. Wow, we have this. Is this Mad Dog's mentor? The scruffy face guy? I forgot this guy's name already. The Root Top. Carrot Top. Not Carrot Top, that's a that's another actor. So one thing I've been trying to do is to pause it more frequently. I appreciate the suggestions that you guys have been giving about that because it helps me collect my thoughts, also not to miss some important dialogue. But sometimes I don't want to press stop because I want to keep watching. So I'm trying to practice that, so please be patient with me. But I don't have too many thoughts on this one. It's only a 6-minute episode, but a lot of intense emotion was captured during that 6 minutes. It reminds me a lot of my senior year when we played our last volleyball game. We actually lost that last match. And then we all came over to my house afterward. We had dinner together. We hung out. We played poker. I think we hung out till like 1 or 2 a.m. And we just wanted to be next to each other. And I think because we knew that the season was over and we just wanted to savor it for that much longer, but also we were all super sad about the loss. And the only people that understood what that felt like were the people that lost the game with us, all of our teammates. So I think that's why we just wanted to hang around with each other as long as we could, because we knew that once we all had to go home, that's when you had to face yourself, your emotions, but that's when the season was officially over. And I think we didn't want that season to end. And even though we would see each other at school the next day, we just knew that the season was over and it was going to be different. But one thing we did walk away from was a very unique bond. even though we all were very different and we probably wouldn't be friends beyond the high school season, when you've gone through difficult and amazing experience with the same group of people, it really does connect you on a deeper level. And I think Haikyuu does such an amazing job capturing the essence of those experiences, the brotherhood, but also the emotional investment that you make from putting all that effort into your volleyball development, playing with your team, and yeah, there's a lot of crying. I mean, look at the Olympics, look at the VNL. You see the men and women, they just cry after the losses. You put in so much effort and you strive for so much to lose it in just a moment. I also want to encourage all of the Haikyuu fans out there. I know many of you are thinking of starting volleyball now that things are starting to open up. And whether you're 12 years old, 22, or 52, it's never too late to start playing volleyball. Trust me on that. I work with 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds in my clinics that want to learn volleyball or want to get better. I work with 12-year-olds, and I know this anime has inspired you guys to want to try it. And it's such an amazing sport that I just can't put it in words. I mean, that's why I created this whole channel. That's why I'm doing these reaction videos, because I want to share my passion for volleyball and hopefully inspire more people to want to play. But if you're waiting for that extra push, there you have it. Just try it out and you won't be disappointed. And you might have some Haikyuu experiences of your own. And I'm telling you, the things that happen to Haikyuu are pretty realistic. The celebrations, the intense plays, the one-arm saves, the hill sprints, the agony of defeat, but the thrill of victory, it's all real, trust me. And that's really what playing volleyball is about, is to really enjoy the journey more than the result of your performance. All right, now let's get into our top 5 favorite Haikyuu moments from season 2. First one's from episode 11. Yes, the barbecue. This was one of the funniest scenes of Haikyuu so far. Even it just made me hungry. I mean, you hear the crunching of the vegetables. Oh, that's right. This is where Bokuto feels like he's a failure. But you look at that drool. He's craving. Everyone's just staring at the food. This is definitely up there where the scene where the principal got his toupee knocked off. And then this is where Hinata is developing his personality, just saying, "I'm gonna beat you." And I just love how just everyone just has a drool down their mouth while they're talking. Everyone's got drool. I love it. And what a great feeling as a coach to be able to feed your players, just to see them so happy. Oh, the sounds, the crunching, it just makes me so hungry. That's one thing I appreciate about our coach in high school. She fed us. Sometimes you just get caught staring at the food and just taking the smells in. And I love that they had one of the female helpers scarf food down to, oh, here's this took the humor to another level. Oh my gosh, when they were worshiping the idol to learn how to talk to Shimizu. Oh man, watching this for a second time around is even better. Oh yes, when it goes into the trance. Oh my goodness, who the heck thought of this part of the script? Oh man, so good. To be slapped by the girl that you look up to. Alright, now we have episode 12. We'll see if you can guess this scene. Starting off with Kageyama with the serve. And against the cool team that doesn't try very hard but talks a lot of trash. Everyone knows these type of teams. but there's a very specific reason why I chose this scene. Even though I'm not a fan of these type of teams that have a big talk but can't back it up, it's because everyone has the ability to change, like this guy. Oh, I love it. Look at that all-out hustle. He spent so many years being that too cool for school type of player, and he just mentally decided to change himself. That's the power of the choice that we all have as humans. I love it. And he's ready. He's ready. He doesn't get the kill, but he started that play with an amazing dig. And now he gets to earn the respect of the shrimp that he underestimated. And he gets to see what happens when you just work hard and believe in yourself. So awesome. And we wait for the Karasuno cheer. Yeah. This is doubly special for me because you saw firsthand the douchebag. I'm going to call him just the douchebag with the long hair, because that's what he was. He was just talking down to Hinata already before he even saw him play, assuming things about him. But the reality is, in his backstory, he spent so many years being too cool for school, being afraid to fully invest himself, and more importantly, not making the decision to be better. Right? Being better is a decision that you have to make. It's not something that someone else does for you. No coach can make you better. You have to choose to listen to the coach and then apply what they're teaching in order to be better. You can train with the USA men's head coach or the women's head coach, and they won't make you better. You have to choose to listen to them and apply what they teach you. And so to me, it's really great example, especially for the young kids watching Haikyuu, to see how you can go from a douchebag to realizing that I gotta step it up, I need to be better, and then to mentally make the decision to be better and then execute that thought with your action by diving all out and then being ready to hit. So I got a scratch on my cheek here. And then for him to recognize Hinata as the embodiment of self-belief and hard work, and someone who is always choosing to be better. That's such a great juxtaposition between two completely opposite paths and personalities. So that's why I chose this scene. So this one's from episode 19. See if you can guess this one. So we got off to a big rally here. Seijo against the iron wall, but we have that athletic setter from Dateko. An intense rally. I remember this game was super intense. What a good matchup between good attackers, a good setter, but a good blocking team. And the determination from Iwazumi. And we'll see very soon why I chose this one. Oh, look at that analogy of those three walls, just like Gundam, protecting the city walls, closing in before the flood and the monsters come and try to attack you. Look at that Dateko wall, so solid. And the build up. Your resolve is weak. I will break through. Oh man, that imagery and the sound effects of breaking through that iron wall. So good, so beautiful. The animation and the buildup of the music, just the clanging of the metal and the determination of your leader. What a great feeling. And then the team celebration, rubbing the hair. I love it. Yeah, this one I chose mainly for the visual reason. Just the imagery of the iron wall and just the clanging of the iron, I cannot get over. It's like kring, kring, boom. And as a kid, like, this doesn't happen in real life, but when you're playing, that's actually what it feels like. You're just breaking through and just punching through this huge wall through sheer determination from Iwazumi. So solid analogy. This one's from episode 22. Seijo up 23-19. Karasuno down. And then the audience notices something. And the coach pushing Yamaguchi in. I think this is Yamaguchi's third try as a pinch server. And I like how they have some background information from the audience, some commentary. And Yamaguchi probably knows people are looking at him and talking about his failures. But he's making a decision to not let that affect him and to focus on his task and to continue to be aggressive. And Hinata's words are oddly inspiring to him. And this is where everyone overly encourages him, which makes him think about it even more. And now everyone's trying to add energy with awkward dancing and posing. But this is my boy here. He's my boy for season 2. Hinata was my boy for season 1, but I just have grown an affinity towards Yamaguchi. And I love his mentor. What a good guy. Working at a grocery store, but taking the time to help someone younger and to pass on that knowledge and to be a mentor and change his life. Went to Ukai's. I think he was just referring to Grandpa Ukai's training mountain. Giving him some inspiring words. Oh man. They saved the best animation for this scene. Look at the striations of the hair. 3 different shades. Usually anime only has 1 type of shade or 2 type of shades at max, but he's got 3 different levels of shading. That deep breath, you have to take that deep breath before a difficult serve. And then the reason why everyone's darker now, because he's learning how to block out everything and to zone in on his task. That's what it feels like to serve under pressure and to have that much focus. And look at that, he goes for it. And he takes the risk to almost serve the ball out, and then it just drops like a good float serve. And Oikawa is not impressed. Oh, look at that. He's charging up. That is his redemption. And then we got to hold the sled dogs back. Even the coaches are excited. So awesome. Even the Seijo fans are excited. Everyone's cheering for the underdogs. One thing that was extra funny about this scene that I didn't notice before but noticed now was the girls who cheered for Yamaguchi were actually Seijo fans. But that's what's so powerful about Yamaguchi's story, is that everyone can relate to someone who struggles under pressure and fails under pressure. That's like the most common human experience. But everyone wants that person to win because they see themselves in that person, and when they see that person succeed, that gives them hope and inspiration, like, hey, maybe I can do that. That's why I love Yamaguchi this entire episode. I feel like I've been holding my breath this entire season waiting for Yamaguchi's moment. I feel like I'm gonna feel that way about Tsuki, because a lot of you guys have been commenting on wait till you see Tsuki's backstory. So he's probably gonna be the guy from one of these episodes or one of the seasons here. But yeah, Yamaguchi, man, to work so hard to come off the bench. I think it's also especially touching for me because I was a bench player for 2 years. I had barely had any playing time, and the only time I got subbed in was when someone got injured during the second half of my junior year, my 3rd year. And then once I had my opportunity, I just ran with it, and I never saw the bench again. But those 2 years were hard. They were very hard, and I could have given up so many times, but imagine if I did, I would have never have been here. I wouldn't be here where I'm sitting right now if I let the discouragement from being a bench player determine my long-term goal of being a better volleyball player. Crazy to think of that, huh? If I just quit like a week earlier, or if I didn't come back my junior year, I don't know what I'd be doing. The last one from episode 24. start off with Suga's substitution on the serve. He's been so good serving short, taking their best hitter out. And now setting Mad Dog, but overhand dig from Tanaka. He had a little red spot on his forehead, I just noticed that. And we got a switch between Suga and Kageyama. Running that back row play to Asahi, but with good dig from Seijo. I'm in a volleyball commentary mood now. This is why I chose it right here. Look at this determination. And I love the confidence that even as K-pop is sprinting his butt off for the ball, he's trying to win. He's not playing it safe. Even in the most extreme circumstances, he is trying to win to set up his best hitter under pressure. And he sacrifices his body on the line. I love his effort, man. And he slips. You see how he slips on the way getting up because he's just trying so hard to help his team. And he's going back to cover. Look at that set. Oh, yeah. That's a great analogy where they're kind of moving slowly and the ball's moving fast. Sometimes you just barely get there and can't even react to the ball. And another hustle from Tanaka here. And Oikawa, ooh, look at that evil look. I doubt everyone clumps together like that on a free ball. That's the one unrealistic thing about this scene here. Oh, how's this rally gonna go? We already know, but I like to feel the intensity. Oh, and Mad Dog makes a hustle play here. Man, the intensity of this moment. So many lucky plays. So many people getting hit in the head. And here we go. Hinata's unwavering determination. And everyone is just... And I love that Kageyama just trusts Hinata in this moment. And even though Seijo reads it, they got a triple block. And this is just Hinata's redemption. I can't wait. I'm just getting chills just watching this episode again. Or not this episode, but just this scene. And Hinata sees the block. But he aims for the weakest part of the block. And K-pop reads him. What a good animation of the spinning ball. Oh man. I do feel bad for K-pop. He's right there. Look at that. He made the right move. Just an unlucky deflection from the block. Come on. Ah! So many reasons why I chose this one as my last and favorite scene from season 2. I gotta go back to Oikawa. And that hustle play, that's a sign of a true competitor. There's people that always believe they can win a point on almost every play. Now, physically, that's not possible because there's just some balls that you can't get to. But I love how Oikawa he's already thinking ahead. As he's diving for the impossible ball, he's trying to make an impossible move. And sometimes you have to do that to win a game because if he tries to play it safe, Karasuno is already doing so well that they're just going to smash you back. So I love that he just went for it. A lot of times when people say, you went for it, they usually think of someone going for an all-out dig on defense or an all-out hit from offense. But to go all-out as a setter, to set in system tempo while you're falling back, that is ballsy. And that can be done. I've seen professionals do it. And then secondly, to have Hinata just have a complete 180 from when he got blocked against a triple block from Seijo. So poetic. To get a kill on a triple block with his new skills. That's just what happens when you dedicate yourself to being better. You get better. It's as simple as that. But how many people are willing to put in the work that Hinata does in his training? So that's why I chose this one. Just to see so much improvement and for Hinata to redeem himself. And I purposely use the word redeem because, you know, when you get blocked like that, you really do feel like it's your fault. And more importantly, you feel like you could have gotten that back. And so this is his chance to get it back. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to OVA Episode 2, as well as my top 5 moments from Season 2. If you've been enjoying my videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you receive exclusive access to my monthly live Q&A sessions, my private blog, behind-the-scenes footage, and more. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for when we start Season 3. I can't wait.